Most comedians spend years creating their most famous character. Rowan Atkinson made his by pulling faces in a mirror, alone in his bedroom, and somehow that became Mr. Bean. What you're about to see is the real Rowan Atkinson. Not Mr. Bean, not Blackadder, just a quiet, slightly awkward genius who had absolutely no idea he was going to change comedy forever.
I did a movie quite a while ago called Mr. Bean's Holiday. Oh, yes. In which Mr. Bean... And there was a scene...
You're so casual about that. I did a film called Mr. Bean's Holiday.
Wow.
Well, does he look like an even bigger knob if he said, oh, well, of course you all know Mr. Bean's Holiday? You know,
Yeah, exactly.
so it's actually
I'm trying to reduce my knob quotient.
No writer's room, no studio meetings, just a guy goofing off by himself and accidentally creating one of the most recognized characters on the planet. He's admitted it himself: strange walk, weird face, piece of paper. That was literally the whole process.
Stood in front of a mirror, to be honest, and I just started pulling faces, I mean, for want of a better term. And I just sort of, was doing this... And then there was this idea of having a card. Have you got anything that I could... Well, it was a piece of paper of where I would just... Can I stand up? And I came out, I was going to... Anyway, it was something like that. It was...
Picture this. Rowan Atkinson walks into a Land Rover parts shop on a regular Tuesday. A guy clocks him, stares for a while, then walks over and says, "Has anyone ever told you that you look exactly like Mr. Bean?" Atkinson goes, "I am Mr. Bean. I'm the actor." Guy's response, "Yeah, I bet you wish you were mate." And the more Atkinson tried to explain, the more the guy felt sorry for him, like he was dealing with someone who had a very specific and sad delusion. The resemblance is uncanny though, the guy kept saying. Absolutely uncanny. Beautiful story.
Yeah, the thing I find most tricky is when people don't recognize you particularly, but half recognize you. It's that strange thing where they go... I'd rather just, hold up a flag saying yes. A few years ago, there was, I was in a Land Rover parts department near Peterborough, the kind of place you find me on most Saturdays. And I could see this guy doing that. And he came up to me after a while and he said, "Excuse me, has anyone ever told you that you're the absolute spitting image of that Mr. Bean?" I said, "Well, actually, I am the actor who plays Mr. Bean." And he said, "I bet you wish you were." And there followed this bizarre conversation in which the more I tried to claim that I was the person whom he thought I merely resembled, the less he believed me. But what was funny was how close he thought I was to he said, "The resemblance is uncanny."
I know you're a bit of a car fanatic.
Yes. I have a car buying disease, almost as bad as yours.
Yeah, it's a terrible disease.
But not quite as bad as yours.
Do car commercials and things?
Well, I don't do car. I do credit card commercials, actually. I did a credit card commercial in New York a few years ago, and there's this beautiful woman gets out of a limo in the middle of New York, and he sees her. And this scene was when I had to look at her as if I'd just fallen in love with her.
Aye.
And the director said, "Just imagine that you've just seen your wife for the first time." And my wife happened to be on set at the time. And she said, no, that won't work. Tell him to look at her as if she's his new Aston Martin.
Oh, well,
and then it'll work.
Oh, that'll work.
And she was right. But it inspired me no end. I looked at her like no woman has ever been looked at.
Really? Oh, no.
And,
can you give us that look? I'm curious.
yeah. Can I too?
You'd think an interview on Top Gear would just revolve around cars, but Atkinson found a way to derail the entire conversation by making ordinary names sound completely ridiculous.
Bob, you decided that Bob could be a funny word.
Right.
Now, how do you do that?
Well, it just seemed, it was always at the end of the sentence. It was, so how can I help you, Bob? And it just seemed like a funny way of saying it. Bob.
Because I was wondering, I was looking at lists of motoring words the other day, and wondering if you could just by saying them, make them funny. Just say the word.
Airbag. De Dion Bouton. Petrol pump.
I have to think of all sorts of things to say about a car. Now, I know that if you were a presenter on this show, you could just do it with an expression.
Right.
So, for example, if you were presented with McLaren F1, think of another one. The imperiousness one gets from a Range Rover.
Ah, right, okay.
Here's Atkinson breaking down the bizarre inspiration that originally brought the character to life.
I was based actually on a visit, on a holiday in Venice that I had in 1985, quite a long time ago. And I just remember noticing all the musical artists who were popular at the time, you know. And I thought, how odd that musicians generally assume they have an international audience.
Yeah.
Whereas if you do comedy, you assume you've just got your country and your kind of people who are going to enjoy what you do. And I thought, well, wouldn't it be fun? Because I had already started exploring just doing purely visual comedy. And I was interested in trying to put visual comedy through the character of Mr. Bean on TV. And so that's where it started. Well, the first ones we did were in 1988, 89, and then it sort of grew from there, and now we've got this...
Weird, it's like it's got its own life.
We're all used to seeing Atkinson fall over and pull faces. But when Graham Norton asked him to explain the mechanics behind his dancing, he delivered an answer that sounded more like a science lecture.
There are just those fantastic set pieces that people love watching you do. The, you know, the energy tablets
Yes,
sequence.
yes.
Which must be, that must be knackering.
It was knackering, actually, yes. It was, yeah, it's a dance sequence in which I display some extreme
I think we've got some
dance moves.
There's some of your moves.
Oh, yeah.
And it's very, and it was very taxing, yes, yes, I have to say. And, you know, it doesn't get less taxing with the advancing years. But I managed to keep it going, and we just did a couple of takes in which I just sort of did the silliest stuff I could. Yeah.
And is it very kind of po-faced, kind of going, that's funny, that's
Yes.
funny? Or
Yes.
do you not laugh? Do you never laugh?
Oh, I do laugh, yes.
That's good. But do you make yourself laugh?
Very, very occasionally that I find what I do. I think it's only ever happened to me on stage when doing sort of comedy sketches and things on stage, rather than on film. Whereas film I find very, very difficult.
Exhausting.
I find it exhausting, and I find it stressful. This constant belief that what you're doing is not as good as it could be, you know. And of course, the problem with film is you can have another go if you've got a director.
Oh, were you
and
that
producer.
guy?
I'm afraid so.
Oh,
yeah.
you are that guy. I'll do it again. I'll do it
Right.
again.
Yeah, I mean, I do stop eventually when I just get bored. It's great to reach the point when you just can't be bothered to do another take. And that's normally when the director goes,
I want to go out with Mr. Bean, which would be slightly
you would not.
strange.
No.
You wouldn't want to romance
No,
Mr. Bean.
I remember early on in the life of Mr. Bean getting lots of letters from people saying, oh, I'd love to have dinner with Mr. Bean. How hilarious that would be. He's a very, very selfish individual.
I mean, I would love to hear the phrase, where have you been, more often, actually. I mean, I think... Because I feel as though that to me possibly should be at least the perceived title of the song. I mean, rather than, I mean, we don't have to change the lyric much of it at all. At the end there, my funny man, where have you been all my life? Where have you been should be the last line that she sings, you know what I mean? And also somehow actually the way the music is phrased and also the way she's singing it, she doesn't put much emphasis on been. It's almost a bit of a down moment. Where have you been? She's singing, whereas you feel, where have you been? And so he can pick up on that.
And then there's the moment he played this completely unhinged Scottish character so convincingly that the trained professional actors around him just fell apart laughing on camera. You can't fake that reaction. That's real. That's what genuine comedic genius looks like up close.
Look at what? Are we allowed?
I don't know. I've just lost all contact with reality.